I've got a large pile of boxes right here and items for the car. These were, well, there's quite a lot here. Let's have a look. I was going to do everything in the coming months on the car anyway, but I believe I'm going to have to bring it forward. I'm in a hair salon right now. This is my little salon, and I do believe it's going to get closed down for a second time due to COVID-19. And I always get mail delivered to the work address, so I've bought everything I think I'll need for the next few weeks. If we do get closed down in here, which is highly likely, COVID-19 is particularly a nightmare yet again in the UK. So I'm going to be doing an awful lot of work to the car. So I'll just bring it all forward. All of this big pile, it would have taken me weeks and weeks and weeks to get through. I'd have never ordered all these in one go. I'd have just done it one at a time. But I think I'm going to do everything all together. So what we got here, axle, this is for the final drive, for the differential. Axle oil, that's going to get flushed, and I've also got some gasket, and this is gasket conditioner. That I'll squirt that in with I'll drain the oil out, I'll squirt this in, then I'll top it up with brand new oil, and I'll leave that in there. I don't know if the gasket is leaking or not. It's 37 years old, and if it's going to leak, it'll leak, but if we treat the gasket and soften it, it should be okay. I've got a manifold leak, which I've made a film about already, and I do have a pair of brand new manifolds, and these are the gaskets to go underneath the manifold. What else have we got? What's this? This is, I haven't opened it yet, but I know what's in there. It's just got a large flat gasket. It sits vertically like this. It's for the differential casing, so I'm going to open the casing and change the gasket. That's to the main teeth, the main crown wheel. The gaskets that I'm worried about that will get treated with this sealant or stop leak, whatever you want to call it, they sort of come out the side of the differential into the drive shafts. Now it's a massive dismantling job to replace those, so I'm not going to be replacing those. I'm going to treat them. What else? If you saw last night's film of me driving with the LPG had switched off, this is the LPG gas lube that I needed. I had it already, and I just hadn't taken it with me. And when the lube becomes low in the engine bay, the sensor automatically switches the LPG off and reverts back to petrol, just to save any engine damage. Now I do have, there's enough there to do probably a couple of thousand miles, I think. So that'll last me about 3 or 4 weeks. What else have we got? Let's have a look. I've definitely got some oil somewhere. I need some. Yes. These are fantastic. Brand new set of HT leads. You won't be able to see in the packaging, but they're ultra heavy duty. They're actually 10 millimetre. They're for racing, and that'll make a massive difference. We've got a new cap. Let's have a look. Yeah, brand new Lucas distributor cap. I do already have a rotor arm, a brand new Lucas rotor arm, a green one. That's sitting in the car. Let's have a look. Yes, this should be fun. This is a camera, a tiny little LED camera, which will I'll be able to put the camera inside the sills and any sort of box section and see what condition the car's on inside. If there's any rot or rust to be dealt with. I'm going to be under sealing, completely under sealing, and I've got actually the underseal guns down there. This one's to inject the wax oil into the cavities. I've got in this big pile down here somewhere a couple of gallons of wax oil, so that's the actual probe. What else? Brand new oil filter. Yet again, it's only had the oil change 7 or 8 weeks ago, but I've done a couple of 3,000 miles. I want to change the oil again. What else? Yes. Now these are the cam cover. There's 2 of them there. The cam covers have never been off this car, and there's a little bit of seepage. Just a tiny little. These are the gaskets, so I'll be taking the cam covers off. But moreover, I want to paint the cam covers. They look a bit of a mess, so I'll paint those, replace the gaskets. And these are fairly unique to Jaguar XK engines. There's 2 little rubber. These sit at the back of the cylinder head, one on each side. And they're just rubber. They sit underneath this part right here. They just sit upside down. Many years ago, the first XK engines used to have They used to have either on the left or the right, depending on whether it was a left or right-hand drive car. I believe it was the rev counter, or it might have been the speedometer, I can't remember which, was driven directly from the camshafts. But later on, they were driven from the gearbox, and instead of recasting the cylinder heads, they just used these rubber blocks to blank it off, and they're brand new, so I'll be changing those. That is for the breather, the crankcase breather. It sits actually just below or between these gaskets here. Which side? At the front. It would sit at the front, sort of camshaft here, camshaft there, and it would sit there. There's supposed to be two of them, and I think there's actually only one in there. So I've ordered another set. I feel a bit cheated because I ordered a set and they've sent me one, so I've ordered a pair from somewhere else. That's for the crankcase breather. What else have we got? That's to fit the compressor to blow air, you know, sort of. There'll be anywhere that you want to sort of dry out or blast any dust out. Like when I take the distributor cap off, I know there'll be dust inside, so I'll be able to blast it out with compressed air. Rings to seal my new exhaust. Actually, no, new manifold to the old exhaust. Got brand new clips. I'm going to be dismantling the fuel system, the petrol system. All of the hoses will get changed. So I'll put brand new clamps on there. I've already got a few meters of hosing. Now then, yes, these are grommets. I'm going to be drilling discreetly dozens of holes in and around the bodywork to inject the wax oil under great pressure. And then I'll simply blank off any areas that's been drilled. And also the original grommets on the car are 37 years old, and a lot of them will have gone hard, the grommets where the wiring goes through. So I'll replace them with brand new. What's this? I know what this is. It's I can just work in one hand to do it, a bit awkward. Come on. This is it's a set of, it's for the fuel injectors. There are tiny little filters here and here, and then lots of rubber O-rings and fibrous seals. So I'm going to be taking, when I take out the fuel system, and I'll be dismantling the injectors, completely overhauling them. This massive box is a compressor, so that I can blast my wax oil in under great pressure. And this is another. I've got one to inject the oil, and this is to inject the black. Let's have a look. We've got loads of it here. Just pull this out. Got a box full. This is the Schultz for the underbody. That's the thick, sticky black. So I'll keep the guns separate. And then let me just drop that down. What's this in here? I can't. Yes, I remember. Ooh, here we go. I've got a box full. There's 4 gallons of wax proofing oil. And what else? There's got to be some. Yes, my oil. There's got to be oil somewhere. There it is. It's just. I think this is Castrol GTX. I'm sure it is. I haven't opened the box, as you can see. Let me just whip open the. Here we go. It's only been a couple of months since this oil was changed. Actually, one of those months I didn't really drive the car because I was stripping all the hoses and so on out. So we should have a couple of gallons of GTX here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there's 4 2-litre bottles Castrol GTX. So the oil's very clean that's in there, but I'm going to be changing it anyway. I'd never ever leave my oil to get slightly discoloured. I always change it, way before it gets to that point. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Oh yes, also in the back of the car, I've got about 4 big tubes of grease, axle grease, bearing grease, and a new sort of pump. And then this is it's a mechanic's stethoscope. I can never say that word. And so you can listen to your bearings, very much like a doctor would, just put these in your ears. You can listen to your bearings, any moving parts, any slight grumbles. You can listen to the crankcase, you can listen to the crankshaft, any rumble from any bearing, you'll be able to hear it through the stethoscope. So, excuse my pronunciation of that word, I just can't say it. But that will keep me busy over a couple of weeks, should we, which I fully expect. I do expect my little salon here I do expect it to get sort of closed down due to COVID-19. Under the last lockdown, it's a rather large building. It's a Victorian building. It's got 4 floors, and I really did go to town and totally stripped and rebuilt the whole building under the last lockdown. But that's done now. So I'll be doing a similar attempt on the car. 2 or 3 weeks, really hard work on the car should have it done. But that would have ordinarily taken me sort of maybe 6 months to a year to do all of this. But we shall see.